Okay, we're back. It's been a while since I last posted a video, and actually when I posted that video I hadn't actually ridden that close to the time that I had uploaded it. It'd been like, I think I filmed that a couple of weeks before I put it up, so it's been a while. To be honest, I have not ridden a lot, which is why I hadn't filmed any more. I don't know, it was cold to be fair, so I wasn't really enjoying being out in the rubbish weather, but I don't know, I just wasn't riding I wasn't not enjoying it, but I wasn't enjoying it either. I feel like I was sort of going out for the sake of going out, not really with a plan at all in mind. And I think I don't know, my mind was a bit, I felt like, what's the point in coming out? I just felt like I was aimlessly wandering about and I was just wasting time in the day. And it was cold, so I hadn't used the bike for a while, and then a couple of weeks ago it started to get a bit warmer, so I went out for a few rides with some other people, and I definitely enjoyed it more once I was out and about with others. It was a bit more fun than just wandering about aimlessly on your own. I definitely have got a lot more comfortable with like the speed of the bike now. I was quite comfortable at 30-40 miles an hour, but anything like 50-60 I just didn't feel, I don't know, I just didn't feel like planted to the road. So I don't know, I went off a ride in it for a bit, and then going out with other people and sort of getting used to how they go round the corners, and I think, I don't know, something just clicked. I was enjoying it a lot more. Rather than just going out and coming straight home, I was going out for lunch with who I was going out with, and it just made it a bit more, rather than just a pointless riding around aimlessly. It was nice to have an end goal to go to, a cafe somewhere or something. We went to Finchingfield a few times, which was nice. Oh, this is a bumpy road. I did the Burnham Bends, which I was going to do today, but they've resurfaced all the road with that stony stuff, so going to avoid that. But that was a nice ride out, and to get used to the cornering. I definitely feel like I'm going around the bends at a better speed now. And actually, something happened which I didn't think would happen, because I was completely fine with staying on a 125. I thought I'll do my A1 licence and I'll just get off the learner plates and stay on this, because I wasn't that fussed about a faster bike. But I must admit, the last couple of times I've now been sort of wanting more power and a bit more keen to get on something bigger. So I think I am going to go for the full licence, but I think I'm still probably going to leave it a year of riding this, one, so I can get a year's no claims without it being, you know, what I have done so far, be written off the cards because I've then got my full licence and it's interrupted the year's no claim. But yeah, I think I am going to go for it now. I still might do the A1 licence because it's so cheap to do it on your own bike. I think perhaps it might be good practice just to know what to expect on the bigger bike. So hopefully it won't feel so foreign. I've not even ridden a big bike yet, so it might feel so completely different. It's utterly pointless practicing on this. But I think just like going the route, you'll get a vibe for the routes they'll take you on the full licence. And I forgot, I was meant to cut my fingernails because they're really long, and I've got some new gloves for the summer, but they're a little bit tight on the ends of my fingers. I was going to cut my nails because I feel like when I'm pulling the clutch in, I haven't got huge, like I can't reach as far, they're sort of shorter, so I feel like I'm popping the clutch a little bit. I'm having to let go earlier than I normally would. Anyway, it's definitely nice to be out on the bike today. The weather is so good. It's been 20 plus degrees every day for the last few days, and we have a week of it still, so that's going to be really nice. Definitely enjoy the bike a lot more when it's warm. I've even taken the thermal liner out of my jacket, that's how warm it's got. I did not bank on it being so windy today though. It's really windy actually. I came back from where was it? We went to Finchingfield a day or two ago, and the wind was it was a lovely sunny day, but the wind was brutal. I thought my helmet's tight, like it fits well, but even that was pulling on my helmet. I was like pushing my way into it. It was really strong. I still haven't found out if it's possible to do just like a couple of hour lessons on a big bike. I think perhaps I might just do an odd couple, if that's possible. I went with someone to get a tyre put on their bike the other day, and it's attached to like a bike school, so I asked them if it was possible to just have like a few hours lessons here and there rather than doing like the direct access set course, but he said they don't do it like that, which is a shame. But the place I did my CBT at, I'll have to ring them and ask, because I would like to I don't want to do the mods yet, but it'd be nice just to get out on a big bike and get the feel of it. Although I do worry if I go on a big bike, when I then come back to go on this, I'm going to feel a bit underwhelmed once I feel that pull from something a lot bigger. I've been really pleased with this bike though. It's ridden well. Well, I'm riding it. It's true. The bike goes well. I've got used to this. You see, I'm trying to lose weight at the moment, but I've come to realise that anything to do with bikes involves stopping off halfway when you're with a group and stopping for lunch and having cakes. And whether I've put weight on or not, I don't know, but I reckon I'm slightly heavier on my suspension because I feel like I can touch the ground more, and I don't know if that's just me adjusting to the way I'm shifting my body over when I stop, or if I have got heavier and the bike's weighed down closer to the ground. I'm not sure. I'm hoping not. I say I'm trying to lose weight. I've made no actual effort because I've been eating whatever I want. But it's a work in progress. But stopping off at coffee shops is not very helpful. The plan today was I was meant to be servicing the car. I wanted to do a oil service on it and change a steering damper on there, but I went to put the bonnet up and the bonnet strut's gone. It needs a new one. The gas in it or whatever it is gone, so I've ordered a new one. I've got to go get it tomorrow. So I had a couple of hours to kill, and I thought, why not get out on the bike whilst it's so nice? And I haven't filmed for ages, so I thought it'd be a good progression video to see the difference from how I was getting on before to how I'm getting on now. I was just looking back at the last video I did actually, and it was when I went back out and did the filtering for the first time. I have since filtered only once, because I was going up a really steep hill and there was a ton of traffic and the road was really uneven, and I thought if I stop here I'm going to fall sideways because I'm not going to reach the ground properly. And it was on the steepest hill, and I still feel more balanced putting my right foot down than putting my left foot down, and on a steep hill I just thought there's no way. So I thought, right, I'm going to have to filter. So I filtered up this hill, which was very scary, and it still feels super wrong. I know there's nothing wrong with it, but it's still something I've got to get used to. I think what frightens me the most with filtering is once I'm out on the other side of the road, if I'm going to be able to find a spot to tuck back into. I think that's what bothers me, if there's suddenly not a gap. or somebody purposely doesn't let me in because they've took umbrage to me passing them and getting ahead of the queue, which I've definitely seen happen. I forgot what I was saying now. I was concentrating on the roundabout. What was I saying? Damn it, my mind's wandered. Oh, the filtering. Yeah, anyway, so it's definitely something I've got to get used to still. If you have any advice about once you're out tucking yourself back in, sort of the best way of doing it, or how to judge it, or I don't know, any advice you think would be helpful, because that's where my block is in my head, I think, that stops me doing it when I have been in traffic. I'm thinking, what if I can't tuck back in and suddenly there's a car hurtling at me the other way? Bikes out today. There was so many bikes the day. The first time I went to Finchingfield, it was absolutely rammed. I went at the weekend, but they had the VE Day thing on, so there wasn't as many bikes. There was just nowhere to park, but it is nice up there. But I can imagine the residents absolutely hate. It's not ideal when so many bikers find a spot like that, because it does take over a bit from the people that live there. But it's bringing business in, so I mean it's good to a degree, but I can see why they maybe don't like it too much. So I've come to realise this bike pretty much bottoms out at 60. I probably could shift down a gear and get it to go a tiny bit faster, but it would be screaming, it would struggle with it, so I feel like a lot of, well, this isn't a Chinese bike actually, is it? It's made in, well, I don't know. I know it's not Chinese, but it's basically within that section of Chinese bikes. And I know, the wind blew me there. I know a lot of people are not keen on Chinese bikes and say, they're rubbish and they're always breaking and they rust and blah blah blah. But I think, I mean, even decent bikes will rust if you don't take care of them. I must admit I'm guilty of not washing it every time I go out, but I always lube up the chain on this and try to keep it clean and keep an eye on the oil. I'm following the service times as much as they say. I did take it in to have the chain adjusted, but he said it didn't actually need doing, so just to keep an eye on it over the next 800 miles or so. But I really can't fault this bike. I think if you take care of it and ride sensibly, like I'm not trying to blow it up or wheelie it, or just trying to look after it and keep it nice, and touch wood. I can't touch wood, I've got a helmet on. I just try and hit my head, but yeah, I'm impressed with it, to be honest. I think it's nice. Where's this turn? So yeah, I think if you're thinking about getting a bike and you want to just start out, because these are definitely a good price. I mean, brand new, I think they're up for like 2,700. There's sometimes pre-registered ones for 2,400, and if you're cheeky enough to ask for a deal, a lot of places will. I actually I spoke to a guy about I can't think of the exact name of it, but there's a little 125 Peugeot bike that a lot of people said I think looked like the Benelli, something like that. I did actually look at buying that one, because brand new. I spoke to the guy selling it, and I like to haggle. I'm a bit of a tight ass. I never like paying out money, but he actually offered me a really great deal. But then this one came up. Somebody had owned it for like 2 months and we're going into their next license, so I thought, well, might as well spend a little bit less and just enjoy it for a year. Oh, it's so bad. This road is so uneven. Oh gosh. See, I feel like, I'm pretty sure I did come up here when I first got the bike, and I don't think I went above 40, although I was, was I saying about looking back at one of the videos, the last video I did of filtering, yeah, I got distracted about what I was talking about. That last video, I watched it back, I could definitely tell by the time I was going to get fuel and doing that filtering at the end of that video, you could just tell by my tone of voice. I was not enjoying it, I was not in the mood. I don't know why I went out that day. I just wasn't feeling it at all. I forgot what I was going to say now as well, for goodness sake. But I did see in that video, I did nearly get up to 60 a few times. So I thought I was like stopping at like 40. But obviously not. Oh, these, I must cut my nails when I wear these. I can feel it pulling on the little stitching on the inside. I feel like I'm leaning much easier as well than I was. I just feel more comfortable on the bike completely. I feel like when I'm going faster speeds now, I don't feel like, I can't explain it. I didn't feel planted to the ground. Like I felt like I was going to slip out constantly. I wasn't. It was just like a mental block I couldn't get past. I just feel a lot more comfortable on the bike now. Because I thought I felt comfortable. I feel like from the minute I got on the bike, I got the gears straight away. And I think because I took to it so quick, I thought, oh well, I've got it, it's fine. But I definitely needed that time in the seat. And I think it did help going out with other people, just to really get comfortable with being on the bike. Because it was still like, the fourth ride in, it still felt really weird not to, I just felt like I should have a seatbelt or something on. It just felt so, I was just sat on top of this thing that's moving that I shouldn't be. I don't know, it just all felt wrong. But yeah, so I had got up to speed more so than I thought looking back on the videos. And although on the video it may not seem it, I know myself how I felt, and I wasn't comfortable going at speeds. Anything above 50 just felt dodgy. I tell you what though, I say about not wanting to push it more than 60 on this because it would scream. I did actually speak to someone who said they had one of these, although they said they blew it up. It was just a passing chat when someone asked me in a bike shop what bike I had. But I think he had been driving it round a bit mad. But he had changed the sprocket on it, and he said he got just over 70. So perhaps if I change the sprocket, it might help. But now, when I'm doing 60, it doesn't feel any different to me doing 30. Just feels comfortable and planted and steady. I still am yet. I went on a ride the other day into a very busy area, which is the first proper ride on big roads, lots of lanes and whatnot, and I was shocked. I think looking back on the videos, obviously the camera's looking at what I'm looking at, and I was not checking blind spots as much as I should have been, probably because I was in, you know, just small roads anyway where nothing's really coming up the side of you. But when I went for my ride into where it was really busy the other day, I was shocked at how you can feel like there's absolutely nothing here to the side of you, and all of a sudden you check your blind spot and you have a great big car. Like, you would think a great big car you would get a feeling that it's there, but honestly there's a few times I've checked my blind spot. Because it was a lot busier, I was checking them. Nothing happened to make me think, oh, I should check them. I was just checking them anyway, because it was so much busier. But I was shocked that I think I'm quite intuitive to, that's not the right word, but you know, I gauge what's around me and I can feel things that are around me. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. But yeah, I was very shocked. If I say it again, I'm very shocked. No, it was crazy. So it's definitely cemented into me, check your blind spots wherever now. So that was good. But for my first time into where it is really busy, and like the really busy roundabouts with like 3-4 lanes on them, it was definitely a good test. And it went fine actually. It wasn't actually as busy as I was assuming it would be, which was nice. Thought I saw a car coming then. I forgot what I was saying again. Anyway, it was good. And I think because now I am more comfortable, that's why I do feel like I've outgrown this bike a little bit, which I'm so surprised about. I really didn't think I would feel that way. I was just very happy pootling along. But to be fair, when I've been out with other people, for what you can do on a public road, this keeps up fine with everybody. Like obviously on a straight, and I wouldn't go on like the highway 70 roads. But this kept up fine. Like I don't think once I felt like I couldn't keep up, and it goes around the bend. For a 125 it's tall, it's big, but it goes around the bends really nicely. Oh, that's an awkward place to mow your lawn. Quite the angle. The man mowing the lawn has completely thrown me off what I was just talking about. Oh, the way it goes around the bends. I don't know. I'm just babbling on. Where are they off to? Well done for indicating. Nod. I feel like I'm more confident as well. With the road, I felt like any little bits on the road, I felt like I was going to slip on. Let's slow up. I felt like I was going to slip on, and I feel a lot more comfortable on that now. If you can, if you've just started out riding, I highly recommend going out with other riders, because I may have come on, you know, just with that time in the seat anyway, but it just, I don't know, I think being with other riders give you confidence. Obviously you shouldn't try and keep up if you're not, you know, only ride to how you're comfortable with, but I think having someone in front of you and seeing sort of the path they take going round bends and sort of the speed they go into. Obviously you wouldn't want to go out with someone that absolutely flies around the bends, and then you're trying to keep up and end up sliding out. But if you've got someone you can trust to go out with that's not going to try and egg you on and just, you know, boost your confidence basically, it's just nice to follow a path. They know the best routes, and I'd highly recommend getting out with other people. And I think it's more enjoyable as well. I know you're not actually talking whilst you're going along, but as I said at the beginning, like I felt like I went out a few times and I just thought, oh, what am I doing? Like I'm just aimlessly riding around. There's jobs I could be getting on with, or you know, there was just other things on my mind. I just was thinking, what's the point? And I think as well, because I was sort of doing the same routes over and over, wasn't going too far. I think when I've been out with other people, we've done different routes to what I was doing, and it gives you the confidence to try something new, knowing you've got someone else there. I know I said I would, but I'm still yet to go anywhere to practice my manoeuvres for Mod 1. I should do that actually. I could have done that back there on that quiet road. That's annoying, I hadn't thought of that. Ooh. What time is it? 1:45. Is that right? 1:45? I thought it was later than that. I'm still struggling with my lower back aching when I ride though. Like, I was just thinking of going an extra long way, but I've just noticed my back's already hurting. I don't know why. When I got this, I like the style of it, and I thought getting like I'd say this is like an adventure style bike. I thought getting a bike where I'm in an upright position, it would be best on my back. But because it's like my coccyx that gets bad from when I had my car accident, actually I think a sports bike would have been better, because I'd be leaning forward off of my lower back. I don't know why I hadn't thought of that before. I did think about it, but I did think about it, and then I saw what other people were getting quoted for a sports bike style, even on a 125 for insurance, and I was like, nope. The insurance on this was already stupid. It nearly put me off. It's a shame, it actually nearly put me off of getting the bike, because I just feel like it's such a rip-off, the insurance. See, like when I'm going uphill now, I'm doing 50, but it just feels a bit like 50 is the speed limit, so if I had more power, it wouldn't really make any difference, but I just feel a bit like, ugh, come on, get going up there. Like when you're going uphill, it's most noticeable when you then think, oh, I do want a bit more power. But yeah, it's a good amount of power for our roads, to be honest. But I think as soon as you get comfortable on a 125, I definitely now understand why you then want to go up to the next bike, so you can get a bit more power out of it. I definitely think as well, I found this such a hassle moving about. Like, that was putting me off of going out on it as well, because just getting it in and out of the garage and up the drive was just a hassle. It felt heavy, it was a bother, it was... Anyway, because I don't know about anybody else, but my garage is not a big open garage space for a car and a bike. It's absolutely full of rubbish, and the bike is just squeezed between squeezed between everything piled up at the side, so you could never fit a car in there. There's too much stuff in there. So you know, it's not like a big huge space you can walk around your bike easily enough. And oh, that road is closed, that's annoying. That's where I was heading. There's a lot of people driving up from it. Perhaps we won't be going there then. So yeah, anyway, I found this bike really heavy. My neighbour came, he's got a full licence, and he said, oh, that's a big bike for a 125. And it was on the side stand, and he put his hand on the side of the handlebar, and he just picked it up and he said, oh, that's as light as a feather. And I thought, light as a feather? And there's me like struggling to get it in and out the garage, and he's just moving it around with one hand. But he's got a massive bike. That thing must weigh goodness knows how much. But anyway, I feel a lot better handling the bike in and out now as well. It doesn't feel as much of a task, so I'm hoping that will help as well, because I think that's what I'm most worried. I think with the big bike I'll get on fine with the gears. It'll be the handling of it on the Mod 1 that really is my biggest challenge, I think. I mean, maybe that's getting a bit ahead of myself, but everyone I've spoke to have said it's much easier to ride a bigger bike than a 125, so I'm hoping that will be the case. Shall I try go this way? Don't know how far along that road we closed. Let's give it a try and stay out for a wee bit longer. The weather's too nice to head home so quick. I should have looked at the time when I left. It's nice. I like that I feel so much more comfortable and confident going around bends at a bit more speed now, because I feel like I was really getting on traffic's nerves. I was slow. I think every bend that was not even that tight, I was going to like 20. Maybe not. I'll have to look back the videos properly. I don't know what it is. I just feel, I don't know. Everything just feels a lot more clicked. A lot more comfortable on here now. And I thought it had clicked before, but it's definitely clicked a lot more now. It really is windy in parts. Oh, this road is shut. Okay, well, we might as well turn around here. Okay, we're shut all the way along. To be fair, my back is aching. I probably would have got halfway and thought, oh no, why did I come this way? Anyway, so the update is I have decided to do the full bike license, but I'm still going to give it a year, just because I want to get my year's no claims off of this, to hopefully, if I then get a bigger bike, to bring the insurance down, because I despise paying over the odds for insurance. Oh my goodness, it's warm. I'm glad I took the thermal lining out of this jacket. But yeah, a lot more comfortable on the bike now. If you're feeling like it's not quite clicking, or you're not enjoying it like you should be enjoying it, I'd definitely recommend getting out with other people, like people that you know aren't gonna try egg you on to go quicker than you should, like just so you're comfortable. Where's this guy turning? Oh, there. But I do think that sort of was my turning point where it made me decide I was enjoying. As I say though, I didn't not enjoy it. I didn't really enjoy it. I didn't not enjoy it. It was just sort of a, I don't know, everyone speaks about the buzz people, and I still don't think I have that buzz. Like I went right over that. I still don't know that I have that buzz everybody says about, but I'm enjoying it more than I would. Like today, I could have just thought, I didn't think, oh no, I can't be bothered. I just thought, oh, it'd be nice to go out on the bike. Whereas before, I wasn't fussed either way. It's nice and sunny now, and it's been nice and sunny, but last night at like 4 in the morning, there was the biggest thunder, and it just absolutely tipped it down for ages. It just chucked out so much rain, but the roads have dried up so quick. I think I'll go on just a wee bit more of a ride. Did I finish what I was talking about when I was saying about the Chinese bikes? I can't remember. I don't know if I got sidetracked then as well. But if you're looking at any sort of Chinese bike, I mean, perhaps there are exceptions. This is the Simen HT 125, and I definitely would recommend it. It's been great. It costs literally nothing to fill up. Like, I don't think I've let it get really down to empty, but I don't think I've ever put more than 7 or 8 pounds in it before it was filled up. I haven't really looked at how many miles I'm getting out of that, but you know, it's decent on fuel. It's, well, touch wood, mechanically it's reliable. It has been in my instance. I think as long as you take care of any of the Chinese bikes and keep them clean, wash the salt off, lube the chains up, just keep an eye on fluids and whatnot, and don't rag it right to the red line all the time. Oh, it's windy across here. You know, I think they're a very good bike. I would highly recommend this. Been super pleased. Oh, that wind is brutal again today, actually. Oh, the ice cream man. Oh, that'd be nice right now. Oh, is that me popping? Hear the exhaust pop then. I'm not sure, I have to check the service book. I know the first service on this was at 300 miles. And then I can't remember if it was at 600 miles or 600 miles after that initial 300 miles. But after the first 600 miles, I can't remember. Oh my goodness, it smells so bad here. Oh my gosh, it smells of manure so strong I can't even explain. What was I saying? Oh no, the manure has thrown my thought process off again. For goodness sake. What was I talking about? Oh, I have absolutely no idea what I was saying. No idea, it's completely gone. It would have been nice to stop somewhere for a cake today, but that's the thing again, when I'm out on my own, it feels a bit pointless stopping for a cake. I feel like if I was with somebody else, I'd stop for a cake and a drink or a toasty or something. But when you're own, now it's definitely more fun with somebody else or a group. But I'm starting to enjoy it now, coming out on my own. I feel like I'm just repeating everything I've already said at the beginning now. I was doing training with the dog the other day, and I took my eye off the ball for a minute, and he was on the long line, and he ran and jarred me, so my shoulders are killing at the moment. That's why I keep taking my hand off of this, so I can put my arm down, because I feel like I'm getting cramped down my shoulder blade into my arm while I'm riding. I'm hoping with time my back will ease off a bit, but I have kind of, if I was to get my full license, I was all for getting, I think I said it on the video before, the BMW, which one is it? Is it the G310 GS? I don't know, because I've been feeling like I want a bit more power. I don't know if I assume it's a 310cc. Oh, see, I keep doing that. That's the only thing. I keep accidentally going into neutral instead of second lately. Yeah, I was all for getting the 310. But I think now I have got comfortable going quicker, I think I probably will find the 310 not too slow, but like, excuse me, I would still be then wanting more. So I think the other one I said I quite like was the Honda CBR, is it CBR or the 650? It's like a naked style bike. That was nice, and I wonder if that's more of like a like a leant forward position, so maybe I wouldn't be on my lower back as much. Because with the GS I'd probably have the same problem with my lower back as I do on this. I don't know, but anyway, yeah, so the GS is probably, one, it's probably too slow, two, it's probably going to cause me the same problems with my back. So, didn't think he saw me then. I don't think he did, to be honest. He was looking to his left too much. So yeah, maybe let me know if you have one of like the naked style bikes. Is your seat position upright, or do you sort of lean? I wouldn't want to be sports bike like this, but I do think perhaps sort of having to lean forward a little bit will definitely help me out more than being upright, which is a shame because I actually really like the adventure style bike, and I didn't realise there was such a I didn't realise within the biker world there was a lot of people that hated the adventure style bike. See, a lot of the people I've been riding out with are on do you know, I actually know nothing about bikes. Cars I'll talk your ear off all day, but bikes I'm not super into. So I would say it's chopper style. Yeah, most of the people I've ridden out have got like chopper, like handlebars up here. Excuse me, pheasants. Like handlebars up, it's like your length back, you know, like the Honda Rebel, that sort of style, but much bigger, like 2000cc engines in them. And they don't like adventure style bikes, but that's the style I like. To be honest, I would like a dirt bike, because I still feel like, for me, I would get a lot more enjoyment being off-road. There's not really any green. If you know green lanes around Essex, let me know. I'd love to try green laning on this around Essex, and I want to get a Land Rover, so green lanes in Essex for like cars as well would be cool if you know any. But I don't think there is any. I think Norfolk has some good green lanes. I'm not 100% sure, but I think more up north is where they've got the best off-road places to ride. But yeah, if I could get a dirt bike and do like a woodland ride or something, I think that's when I would enjoy the bike the most. But I enjoy it on the road now. I definitely feel a lot more comfortable being on the road. But I just think I would enjoy more so knowing that I didn't have to worry about like cars. I'd get a lot more enjoyment out of it if you were just like going through the woods, and I think a dirt bike would be more my style. But then again, I don't think dirt bikes are I've never been on one, so I don't know, but I can't imagine they're particularly comfortable. They're skinny and they're very tall as well. That's a point, they're super tall. I was going to get the, does this guy know I'm here? Is he going to move over? Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, there's a little, is it the Kurz? K-U-R-Z. They do a little 125 road legal dirt bike, and I was all for getting that. But then the insurance quote, well, it's not a dirt bike, is it? A pit bike. But the insurance quote on that was absolutely ludicrous, even more so than this. And I think perhaps it wouldn't have been much good on the road anyway. And that's what I'm mostly doing. I forgot what I was saying again. Honestly, it's terrible. I used to have a good memory, you know. I've got too many thoughts in my head. I'm thinking of 10 other things whilst I'm talking, and then all goes out the window what I was saying in the first place. Yeah, but I do know the dirt bike's pretty tall. But if I ever moved to Norfolk, or I can't imagine I'd ever move further up north, to be honest, but if I ever moved anywhere where there were a lot of green lanes, I think I probably would like to get a dirt bike. Yeah, road riding is probably not the best idea. Oh, that's unusual. But I definitely do need to practice my slow manoeuvres, because I've literally just been riding. I haven't found like the perfect, I suppose there doesn't need to be a perfect spot, but I haven't really found a spot where I've thought, oh, this is nice and quiet, this would be a good place to practice. But where I just went along the quarry road, that would have been perfect. I don't know why I didn't think of it then. Oh, there was tractors and stuff, wasn't there? I probably thought there was too many people about. But anyway, yeah, that's where we are. I've decided I do want a bigger bike. I do want a bit more power. And I will do the full course. But I still think I want to do the A1, just so I can get used to what to expect. I think that will be helpful. And it would literally be like, what, £100 for both, if I pass both times. The only thing I'm not sure, if you pass your theory on something, can you still use that same theory certificate for your next license? Obviously, if it doesn't run out within that 2 years, because I've come to realise that if you did your A1, got your A1 license, and then say you obviously have to do your theory for A1. If in 3 years' time you then wanted to do the full license, you'd have to redo the theory. Whereas if you pass your A2, it doesn't matter how much time has passed. I don't think you have to redo your theory to then get to full license. I don't know, they make it so confusing and difficult. That's how I interpreted it anyway. Perhaps I'm wrong. Which is it's a shame, but oh, turn. Anyway, so I think I'll probably leave it there. I don't know how long this is going to end up being. I did kind of go on the same route I think I've already been on in the end, because as I say, the roads have all been resurfaced with this horrible stony stuff everywhere around here. I'm sure they do it on purpose when it comes into a season of nice weather, so people that enjoy certain roads, whether it be in a little sports car or a motorbike, you can't enjoy it properly. Anyway, I'll try and post a bit more often. I'll try and post a video practicing the Mod 1 manoeuvres if I get round to doing it. But other than that, I don't really know what to post. I started off posting because I want to be able to watch it back and see where I'm making mistakes. And then I thought, so I was going to put them on private, because it's just weird. I filmed something before, nothing to do with bikes, and it just felt so bizarre talking to nobody. I was like, I am not posting this. And when you hear your own voice always sounds dreadful when you hear it back on a recording, so it completely puts you off. But I don't know about anybody else, but at night if I can't sleep, I like just to watch like an hour or two long video. I normally watch videos of people building a shed or something, or the Carl Pilkington, the old radio shows are always good. But if you can't sleep, I think just listen to someone drone on like a driving video is quite relaxing somehow. So I thought I'll just put it on public and see if anybody wants to watch it. A couple of people have watched it. It's probably not very interesting. It's just me rambling on. I don't go anywhere where it's particularly busy, so no, like I've watched some of the videos. I can't think. The guy who rides. Does he ride through London? I don't know where it is, but he rides and hands out Haribos, and he always seems to have exciting things happening. You know, it writes itself, some of the odd things people do. But because I don't really go into like busy places or towns, I'm not really passing anybody for anything particularly interesting. I feel like the only people that might find driving videos interesting in England are maybe like Americans watching. My uncle lives out in America, and I know the Americans find our roads a bit crazy sometimes because they're so small and they're not one way either. But perhaps people in England also enjoy them, I don't know. Anyway, I shall continue to post, but that'll do for now. See you in the next one.